Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us with a Radio Shack 12-726. This is a classic AM/FM portable radio from the late 1990s. During this video, I'll perform an Evening AM Bandscan. Here we can pick up on the AM dial at night. First we'll go over features, second I'll do a size comparison, and third we'll start cruising the evening band. So here we are, the bread and butter 12-726. I gave it that name, I believe, in the review video about 5 years ago. And that was the last time I think I did a band scan with it. I figured it'd be cool to see it again. Now it's been 5 years on the shelf, so the volume's a little scratchy. It works itself out usually when I'm tuning it, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, a lot of fun. So you can find these selling on eBay for right around $20 to $25. I find that a great bargain. I think up to $30, excuse me, yeah, 20 to 30. But you can find a mint example, like at $20 with the box. I looked at completed auctions, what's sold, and I saw one for $20 with the box, brand new. So yeah, these are great, and they sound fantastic. They tune nice, and they're AC/DC, so you can run them on batteries, which I don't really want to because they're C batteries, or you can run AC, which is fantastic. So let's look at features. Left-hand side, we got a grip kind of style there. Nice. Doesn't slip out of your hands, I guess, if you're not using the handle. You got like a matte finish on the back and then the smooth on the front there. Looks like it's gunmetal. A little loved, previously loved. That's not from me, it's from somebody else. I bought this used, of course. I think I paid about $20 for it. I think. I can't remember. It's been a while. On the front here, plastic speaker grill, Radio Shack. I love that. I love that symbol. Look at that, Radio Shack. I love that font. You can actually use that font. It's royalty free. I use that for my t-shirts in the t-shirt section. If you look, Radio Waves by Todderbert has that as its logo. Nice. So yeah, behind that speaker grill, we have about a 3-inch speaker. You can kind of see the outline right there. It measured about 3 inches, the opening. The flanges could be bigger. It could be a 4-inch, but I think it's a 3-inch speaker behind there. It sounds about right. Vertical dial. Hey, awesome. The only difference is this dial, the numbers go from low to high. So it's like at the top of the dial is not the top of the dial. It's actually the bottom of the dial. It's pretty funny. So that's why you always see the bottom of the dial down here. So I'm just used to it going up. But this way we're going down. So I'm actually turning in reverse, going this way to go down. That's pretty interesting, huh? So AM 530 to 1700. So that means we got the full coverage. Not bad. Log scale in the middle. If you want to log some of your stations and you don't want to use the indicator. Now this dial accuracy is pretty good. FM, of course, 88 to 108. Our tuning knob, as you can see, real nice. Volume on-off control. And the front we have tone. High-low. This is actually very useful. I might be using this quite a bit. During the day I was, and it was making a difference. I like it. It's got a little white indicator showing you which one you're on, even though it's pretty easy to tell by the switch. Yeah. But everything's on the front, so everything you need pretty much right there. On the side here, on the right-hand side, we have the band select switch, AM/FM, headphone jack, or earphone jack, probably. It might be single ear only, I don't know. I usually don't check them on the older radios. Oh, that grip idea happening. More little scuffs, but not too big a deal. Top, we got that built-in handles. I like that. It's like formed into the case, which is good. No, it doesn't flip around. It's right there, so you can grab it. The antenna is just a simple straight-up variety. No elbow at the bottom, which I'm kind of bummed out about because I really like that. Some of my inexpensive Panasonic radios have that, or Sony's. Where you pull them up and there's an elbow where you can go take the, from vertical and go to horizontal. But this one, can't do it. Straight up vertical. It's inexpensive, but it works. Okay, back. So we got going on UL listed. Nice. Radio Shack tag right there. Very cool. Runs on 4 C cells, which I'll show you in a second. And then you can get your operation mode DC or AC. Cool thing is, yeah, it has the AC cord built in like most of these radios did. Sony's, Panasonic's, Radio Shack, Realistics. Yeah, these are great. You just, open them up and take the cord out. It's attached to the radio and string it through the little spot here and off you go and you're having fun. Don't have to put batteries in. That's the cool thing about this. If you buy it, you can use it right away without having to buy these C-cell batteries, which can get rather expensive, unfortunately, if you're going portable with it. I'll bet you most people would buy this and just plug it in as a shop radio, kitchen radio, just a simple radio to put in the den, listen to a ball game, back on the porch. It'd be nice. So there you go. All right, great. So let's go do a quick size comparison and start cruising the band. All right, so I think I'm centered. Yeah, it's a good looking radio. I like it. Glad I found it. So here we have a CC Pocket. Current time 11:41 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Yes, I'm kind of feeling rushed because Coast to Coast comes on a little after midnight, and that swamps the whole band, as we know. Here we go, CC Skywave 2, frequency checking. If we need it, we'll use it. And if you don't have those two radios for size comparison, we have a deck of cards here, and it's our illustrious Iron Man. He's the man with the master plan. He can spin like no one can. He loves his old radios from missing Radio Shack land. Hope it comes back in a local store, man. But I don't see that happening. Nope. Unfortunately. Never to happen again. But good memories, Definitely good memories, man. Battery of the Month Club or whatever it was. Got your free battery. Usually it was like a D-cell or single A battery, double A battery or something. Or a triple A battery. You're like, what am I going to do with one battery? Back then, everything took like 6 batteries. And when you got the 9-volt, you were all excited. You're like, yeah, 9-volt battery, dude. Anyway, let's turn this thing on. Yeah, that scratches from this volume. I didn't clean it. A little fader formula from Deoxic would work great on this. Just didn't want to tear it down. It just didn't have the time. I just wanted to get right into tuning it. So this should get better as we use it. Top of the dial is actually the bottom of the dial. Let's get started. Somebody said they're picking up Cuba on their car radio, which is pretty cool. I run a Discord server, and yeah, all you guys are invited. Discord links in the video description. Check it out. Come on in, just comment, show pictures of your radios, whatever. It's a lot of fun. We have a good time, and you can listen. You can see what Todderbert listens to and all the stuff I do. Yeah, it's like a behind the scenes almost for free. Yeah, open to the public. But yeah, he said that his car store is picking up Cuba, so that's nice. I can pick it up sometimes.
Is 61. Okay. Yeah. It's an interesting question. It doesn't mean anything. I'm not a scientist. I'm not doing research.
So to the north here, this cardinal directions is north, east, southwest. Of course, I'm Chicago, Illinois, USA for the sake of the band scan. I showed you current time. It's 11:44 now. And it's Central Daylight Time PM. And yeah, add 5 hours for UTC. The month is July. We're middle of July in 2025.
Especially, I'm surprised. What do you want us to think about if we read the book?
Okay, this direction right here, we're picking up 540 CBK, Watrous, Saskatchewan, which is 1,025 miles. That's awesome. It's a good night tonight. Let's bring in the loop. See if we can't magnify this. It may not come in good, but we'll try.
They will hear the stories as well of those who are the descendants of survivors. This is a book about what you have lived through in the wake of what your father did. What do you want us to think about when it comes to that lost tale?
First of all, I'm so grateful that I found a way to do this book and that I'm doing it in my father's lifetime, because I honestly...
Yeah, that's CBK, and it's coming in really good. Yeah, it's interesting. It's about. I can't do it. I can't do the Canadian accent. You know what it is. You know what I'm talking about. Awesome. All right.
So nobody left in New York.
I appreciate the call, my friend. Thank you.
So I would say if you can find it on streaming, watch Batman around and giggle, because it is so campy. All right. This one says he has a Batman credit.
I just want the old Burgess narrative penguin going whack, 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 whack.
And tuned for the final hour free-for-all on the Sean Hannity Show.
Golf legend Jack Nicklaus, the Golden Bear, tennis star Rafael Nadal, and the late great Kobe Bryant. What do they all have in common? They're all recipients of stem cell therapy. Using your...
So yeah, tone controls really help take the hiss out at night. 560 WIND Chicago local needs a little bit of work there with the tone. But yeah, I thought I was trying to pick up 550, but I wasn't. I was 550 St. Louis in that direction there. But this is, yeah, local, southeast here, Chicago. I'm a northwest suburb of Chicago.
560 listeners are getting relief from chronic joint pain thanks to stem cell therapy from QC Kinetics. 92% of patients report satisfaction. Even Joe Rogan loves it. If you're considering surgery, stop now and...
Even Joe Rogan loves it. I don't really listen to that guy, but yeah, #1 podcaster or something like that.
Life-changing.
I'm kind of new to podcasting. I like my radios. They're podcasting, right? They're the radio.
When you do, that number again is 312-809-5955. 312-809.
Everything's a podcast now, and you'll look it up and you'll find out they're having a podcast on the radio all the time. It's like, wait a minute.
Hotel and Towers, Chicago, a Forbes Travel Guide 5-star hotel.
Not sure what we're going to pick up here.
I'm a single mom, and I'm living with my parents right now while I get back on my feet. I have a 1-year-old daughter, $10,000 in savings, and I owe about the same on my car until it's paid off. I just returned to work as a server.
Here's WTMJ in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 620. This is 52 miles to the north, 10,000 watts at night. Now, as you see me turning the radio, most of you know, but inside is an internal ferrite antenna. You do not need to extend that antenna. It's only for FM. So the internal antenna is a ferrite rod with a coil around it. And yeah, you turn the radio to face that station you're trying to receive. You'll actually hear it improve as I was moving it. Pretty neat, huh? It works in 2 directions, so bidirectional antenna. So I can pick up southern stations and northern stations. It becomes a problem at night if they're kind of competing for the same, if you're in that position where you're in between the 2 stations. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Doesn't really care to see our daughter, so I'm not going to push for it, and don't really care to get child support at all.
So the tone lets me set it down low, pick up some faint stations, and crank the volume. That's nice. This is 630 CFCO Chatham, Ontario with the country music. I love it. And Chatham, Ontario for me is about 310 miles across the Great Lakes, 6,000 watt transmit power.
Feel the proper way to even start back to feel normal. It's just heartbreaking because she's only 10 years old.
Officials charged a 16-year-old suspect with first-degree...
Here's 640 WMFN, Black Information Network, Peatone, Illinois, 75 miles away, 1,600 watts at night. Just this direction, southeast.
Black community in St. Louis, killing 5 and displacing hundreds. Fans declared war to Red Cross, which operated 5 shelters.
Make it together, me and you. With dreams and hopes of...
Can't hover on the music, but 650 WSM, Nashville, Tennessee, 434 miles to the south. Sounding really good, high or low tone.
We bought that big two-story house in
Federal enforcement.
Hey.
You know what I think, Greg? You know what I think?
Alberto, what does Alberto Winkler think? Your dad is Greg Winkler? I see him on Facebook, and I wanted to ask him, are you Bart's brother? And what a great name, Greg and Greg. I just love it. But what do you think, Alberto?
I think we're in a simulation.
What do you mean? I don't get that.
I don't think any of this is real. I think we're in a computer simulation.
Lord have mercy.
670 WSCR Chicago, home of the Cubs, sports station.
Love you all. Thanks, Alberto. Thanks, Carlos. Good night.
I mean, that would explain Greg in Michigan.
Alberto. Lovely.
We'll keep doing this, and then guess what they said in a half hour. So if you're on hold, I'm getting to you. Doug's in Wisconsin Fishes,
but he is one of my favorite home run hitters from that era. I am surprised none of us said Sammy Sosa.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this, and I like the Judge deal, like this guy. I mean, because part of this exercise, if you will, is guys crushing right between them. Right. I mean, Judge is that guy, right? But
So 690 CKGM, Montreal, Quebec, 763 miles to the northeast.
Rodriguez, Bonds, these guys, you mentioned Mark McGuire, even though he wasn't on your list. I didn't mention those guys because they were connected.
And pets.
Visible results in just
Sometimes I do the same things over and over. Until one day I found out I had autism. My family got me help. Slowly I learned how to live with it better.
Yeah, I think.
I was trying to get 700. I don't think I'm getting it. I think it's like.
Well, you know, I enjoy our conversations.
Provide Tri-State youth with the same help I received throughout my upbringing. AMF is committed to nurturing the growth of all Tri-State youth.
Okay, cool. That is. I did pick it up. Okay, 700. WLW, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles to the east.
Visit MunozFoundation.org.
There it is. Okay, can't hover on this music. 720 WGN, local Chicago. Yeah, it was hammering. That's why I was having a hard time picking up 700. Very sensitive radio, but selectivity, challenging at night. During the day, it wasn't so bad. It was great, actually. But at night here, it's a challenge. Okay. So 720 WGN, I think it's Raleigh James' show. She plays music on here. Oh yeah, that's CFZM. Awesome music. Love it. And it's this old school. Loving this. It's like, I don't know, was that like 20s or 30s? That's old school. I love it. CFZM 740, Zoomer Radio, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles to the northeast. Yeah, across the Great Lakes to the north. But yeah, this is great. Love this station. You'll see me do shorts with this. Just love it. It's good music at night.
If you use what's in your hand.
Delay, deny, defend. Some try to grind you down, but they have another tremendous weapon, a software called Colossus.
Here's 750, I believe, is WSB, Atlanta, Georgia. This is 630 miles to the southeast.
By their scalps, kicking and screaming to trial. They know that they have to pay some firms early and fairly. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. The insurance companies have
to even point the finger at the true person.
Best-selling mystery author James Patterson takes listeners into the core of some of America's most haunting mysteries. Real cases, real people. The Unsolved with James Patterson podcast. Listen and follow now at foxtruecrime.com.
Podcast again. Podcast. Come on, man. How about Radiocast? It's so, but it's funny though. They play the podcast on the radio, so I guess it's sort of a Radiocast. Anyway, it's 760. Yeah. Did I tell you already? No, I did not. WGR, Detroit, Michigan, 270 miles east.
Big, beautiful bill. We supported that legislation for various reasons. Imperfect. I've got all sorts of concerns about the broader fiscal picture, but
it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
That's exactly what Republicans were able to do.
770's buried in there. You can barely. There's like 3 stations hidden here. It sucks. Selectivity's not fantastic, but I think if I tune 770 here. So I'm picking it up, but with other stuff. Okay. I mean, the cool thing is a distant station. It's New York City, which is pretty cool. 750 miles, but the selectivity is tough. So we're picking up 780 right now, which is like right next to it. That's huge.
Always
as we end up on our Monday, looking pretty good. It's pretty quiet. Kennedy inbound, slow approaching Ogden. It's only 18 minutes from here to the Jane Byrne interchange. 12 from the junction. Outbound, it's
WPBM News Radio 780, Chicago, Illinois, USA. For those who don't know.
83, no delays on the Stevenson. The Ryan, I-57 looks good too. So does the Bishop Ford. The Trice.
Way back with invoice. So here's the deal. Buy one this month, and I'll give you a 12-month, 15,000 mile trade-in guarantee. Keep the truck under $15K, less than $1,000 in cosmetic damage, and I guarantee it's worth what you paid on trade a year from now. Drive it for free for a year. Sounds crazy, but it's real.
This is probably WHB at Kansas City, Missouri, 400 miles, 5,000 watts. Typically, that's what I get, a sports station now in 810. But there is a WGY, Albany, New York, 740 miles this way. So, it could be either one.
VictoryMotorsKC.com, where our first price is better than their last.
Here's the best-kept secret in Kansas City. KCI Car Care Center. The Phillips...
Well, that just said it right there, Kansas City. See, you just wait a second, you'll hear what town or city they're transmitting from. They'll have a commercial and they'll announce it. They tend to do that all the time, especially with car ads and stuff like that. That's how you ID stuff. And then you go to your computer, figure it out. If you're wondering how I figured it out, that's how I figured it out after all this time. Just cruising through Bandscans and logging and writing down. And it's the fun part of it. It's exploration with the radio. It's cool.
The only way to fly.
HD4 Harrisonville, K279BI, Kansas City, 103.7 FM. Sports Radio 810 WHB, Kansas City.
So like I said, I don't know if I mentioned, but it's 400 miles southwest, 5,000 watts. So it's a little power station too.
Time for the Home Run Derby in Atlanta.
Will this be 21?
Victory, I think, for the future of American education.
McMahon says that.
WCPT 820 this direction, and WBAP Fort Worth, Texas, southwest.
Education back to the states.
It's hard to hear it.
I'm Brian
President Trump threatened Brazil with a massive import tax. Ryan Cummings with the Stanford Institute for Economic Policy Research.
Brazil? You want to start a war with Brazil? What?
Within about 3 months.
Demand decrease.
So it's 830, WCCO, Minneapolis, Minnesota to the west. We're 310 miles away.
But, definitely it'll be noticeable between, I'd say a few cents to, 30 cents, somewhere in there. A nickel to 30 cents.
The department.
That low acts like a really nice filter. I like that. Kind of narrows up the signal a bit. The audio, beautiful.
Ian Schur with details.
The DOD says that its contracts...
Thursday in Lexington.
The rampage began Sunday morning when House shot and injured a...
So here's 840 WHAS Louisville, Kentucky. Ground zero, and then after this, coast to coast, which is about a few more minutes.
Children.
He's like, where's Angel? I just want to speak to Angel. That's my sister. My mom's like, Angel's not.
So WHAS is about 300 miles southeast.
Police rushed to the scene and fatally shot the gunman. House had open warrants for his arrest and just 5
passengers and crew members on board the Amtrak train. Crash. Amtrak says the train was traveling from Chicago to San Francisco.
Fox 31's Christine Noel, the man charged in the June 1st hate crime attack.
So this is 850 coming in sweet.
To be in court tomorrow for a hearing. The preliminary hearing will determine whether the state has enough evidence to move the case.
Speaker sounds good. It's not too tinny, even on high here. It's good. It sounds really decent. It's probably because of the deep enclosure. So, yeah, when you're picking this up, you're getting a decent-sized radio, too, by the way. And it's a fun, just all-analog experience. It's hard to explain. You have to get one to know it. You can actually hear it because it's so smooth transition from station to station. KOA 850, Denver, Colorado, 890 miles to the west.
Wrong hands. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and it's very possible that the 401k that you have had for years has
D'autres spécialistes mettent toutefois en garde contre l'utilisation de l'indice de masse corporelle, de plus en plus critiqué, puisqu'il ne permet pas de mesurer d'autres facteurs tels que le tour de taille qui peut devenir problématique même chez des...
CJBC 860, Toronto, Ontario.
En matière de prévention, le cofondateur du Grand
thinning hair or a receding hairline making you self-conscious? Try Hair Grow by New Nordic. Millions of men and women around the world trust Hair Grow with its patented purple.
I think it's WWL 870, New Orleans, Louisiana, 865 miles south. Let's see if we can hear it with the Skywave.
Stop feeling embarrassed about thinning hair. Start looking and feeling your best with Hair Grow. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com.
Sounds like they got some static down there. Nice.
There's nothing like when you get that part.
Static. You know what I meant. Lightning storms. They got static down there. It's a killer. Watch out, static. Yeah. I'm half awake doing this? What? Alright, keep going.
The opportunity, if it would present itself again.
I told him next year, I said, if I got more than 20 homers by half next year, I do it again. And actually try to hit homers every swing. So, you know. No, it's not that I was just trying to hit homers. I was trying to keep my swing and hit homers instead of just trying to hit everything in the air. I was trying to keep my line drive swing and hit homers. But, you know, it gets better.
3 homers for Jack in the first round that features a alleged group of over a decade. Semifinals after skirting out of battle.
Okay, you can hear it a little bit there. It's 880 WHSQ, New York City, New York, 750 miles northeast. Used to be WCBS. Yeah, a lot of you are upset by that, I'm sure. That was like a standard staple radio station, like Hello, All American, and gone. And now we got a sports station. Yay!
By August 1st. In a letter to Mexico's president, Trump said the tariffs on that country are in response to border issues and that Mexico has...
Here's 890 WLS Chicago.
...getting into the U.S. Meanwhile, President Trump says he's targeting the EU with additional...
Okay, pick up some kind of like a big band music. That's pretty cool. Now, like this is, I don't know, but this could be WDLS. I don't usually say it too often. Could be wrong, but it's coming in better to the where I think the Dells would be, Wisconsin Dells. That's pretty cool. It's 120 miles, but it's 220 watts at night is what I have information for. It could be outdated though, but yeah, it might be it. Go a little quicker. .940 WFAW, Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin. I love it. It's awesome.
Say, hey, I've gotten calls from 4 teams on James, including the Mavericks and the Clippers. 4 teams have called me about LeBron. I'm saying to declare air quality warnings of champion, the major
Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Quebec, and Ontario. As of this morning, Toronto was the second most polluted major city.
Okay, we had 980 there. That was a sports talk originally I was picking up, and I think that was Minnesota. Maybe. No, it might have been Kansas City. KMBZ. Yeah, KMBZ, Kansas City, Missouri, 490 miles. Even though it's not pointing the right direction, sometimes I'll pick it up 90 degrees off, which is interesting because it's usually the null direction where it usually zeroes it out. But I think I was picking it up. Now we're at 990 CBW, Winnipeg, Manitoba, 675 miles northwest.
Wow. It's hard for me to put it in words, but we're in a very difficult situation.
The edge of it, and it's just so fun, and just to do it with my family was awesome.
You're the only catcher to win this, and you're the
1000 WMVP Chicago. We're gonna have to zip up the dial now.
That's really cool. I didn't know that was the thing, so I'm just so happy. I mean,
I like met some family members like Nick's dad and Elandria's sisters, and it was really cool. We had a little moment together, reading those notes and like seeing how many people really love them. Maya and Brian like flipped through a book of like their own baby pictures leading up until like their moments in the villa and all their pictures together. So
1020 KDK, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 450 miles to the east.
Hoda and Chris, they went on a dinner and they like at the water in the coming months.
Well, in brain, currently those guidelines recommend only skim and 1% milk and encourage people to limit consumption of foods high in saturated fat to less than 10% of daily calories.
Boy, a lot of stations, like, you can hear the selectivity is not that great, but this is 1030 WBZ, Boston, Massachusetts, 880 miles.
The trade agreement with Mexico, so it's placing a duty of 17% on fresh Mexican tomatoes. They make up about 70% of the U.S. tomato market. The announced tariff is slightly...
Devices like iPhones and probably would interact at some point. We've talked in the past about how big tech is...
1040 WHO, Des Moines, Iowa, 280 miles.
And now Google has really jumped the shark, as we say, in the past about how big tech is rampant.
Garcia then ran away on foot. The officers caught him a few blocks away. Officials say after a brief scuffle, Garcia fired through the bag, leading both officers to shoot him in the chest. Police say that the weapon he used was a ghost gun, like those local leaders have been campaigning to get off the street. Garcia was then taken to the hospital.
KYW, I believe, 1060, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 700 miles.
On administrative duty pending investigation. Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here.
Used the entire thing and not concealing any detail. He derives from Oliver Cromwell, the Lord Protector of England in the 1650s. Cromwell instructed the royalist painters.
I believe this is Wham, 1180, Rochester, New York, 545 miles.
Levy's style was to flatter the subject, showing them the best possible light.
Backwards.
Cromwell was known for being opposed to personal vanity, and he issued this instruction to Levy. I desire you use all your skill to paint my picture truly like I am, and not flatter me at all. Remark all roughness, pimples, warts.
Okay, music here is 1090 KAAY, Little Rock, Arkansas, 570 miles.
Because it currently can't accomplish every action that traditional assistant can. For now, you can switch back if you can find the assistant.
I think Coast to Coast might have started. WTM 1100, Cleveland, Ohio, 345 miles.
So trying to do that can be a new hobby. Google has now decided...
Is this because if it is, sign me out of here. Not interested. Ridiculous. Stupid. And it's embarrassing. That's what it is. Number 3.
That faded. This is 1120, I believe, KMOX, St. Louis, Missouri.
In New York, the mayor's race, I've never seen more people running around like chickens with their head cut off, talking about Mom Donnie.
All Google Home devices as well. And that's about all I have on this right.
WRVA 1140, Richmond, Virginia, 665 miles.
With so many variations between devices, it's just impossible. We can be excused, I think, for what we enjoy them. But if that's not your feeling, and it certainly isn't, we can be excused for wondering if Google is making this.
More Coast to Coast here. This is 1180 Wham, Rochester, New York, 545 miles.
To get AI into everything and then solutions.
All the time, and she's got enough patience. She doesn't really
do anything.
You know, really serious going on. I might send her a question.
The trees are back from the lake, and we simply park our car.
That is
doit sacrifier ma semaine passée au lac. Pas d'homme capable de faire ça à vivre. C'est de la vraie poubelle.
Interesting. I actually want to ID this. This looks to be something interesting. Looking at 13. Okay, I don't know what we were listening to there. It's pretty wild. 1280. Wow, this could be a CFMB. Montreal, Quebec, 763 miles. Sweet, yeah, that would be the direction. All right. Yeah, it's mixed format. That's right. It's French and English speaking. So, that's cool. I haven't found that in a while.
Right, let's go.
This is the graveyard part of the band, you know, usually 1300 to 1500.
December of 2021, and with a contribution.
This is getting 90-day guarantee. That's fourth as far as guarantees when it comes to
1530, I believe, WCKY, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles.
Year after year. Usually by law, I would
Rocking out on 1610 CHHA Toronto.
It's curious to see but the whole thing is like obviously he wasn't told before it happened. He wasn't
really good shuffleboard.
Cool, we're almost done. Okay, I think 1700 here is KKLF, Richardson, Texas, 790 miles southwest. Nice. Okay, well, under right there. Cool. There it is, the Radio Shack. 12-726. Awesome. Like it. Own it. Let me know if you did get one in the comment section. 2, if you like Radio Shack, want to see more, subscribe to the bell icon. If you're here this late in this 37 minutes, you guys are true warriors, rockers. You know it. You're doing it. And 3, comment down below what you think about the 12-726. If I go a little slower, get it out right. Let me know what you think about this radio. Would you pick it up for 20, 25 bucks? What do you think? I love the tone. Nice, smooth analog. You know, in the evening it's a little bit more challenging, but hey, during the day it's a sweetheart of a radio. Love it. Reacts fine with the passive loop. Does what it's supposed to. Nice tone control. That's very useful. This thing, I've been using it all the time when I'm using this radio. So that's a nice feature. So tell me what you think down below. I'll read your comments and I'll respond. Yes, Todderbert will respond. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in my next awesome video.